Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing Gruul Landfall. What does Gruul mean? Gruul means green and red. As you can see, we have one card that's green and red. The rest of it's green. And what does Landfall mean? It means things that get better every time you drop a land. And drop a land we do, baby. That sounds interesting to you? Then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, next in line to the emperorship of San Francisco, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on Untapped GG. It was not posted by anybody. I think it was just collected from the little auto thing you put on your computer. But this thing's called Gruul Landfall and has a 60% win rate, which put it into, at the time I was looking at it, the what was it called? The top win rate decks of the day. I think it had number 8 at the time. I'm looking at it right now, and it's dropped off the list, but still, it's holding it together pretty well. I'm sure it's probably, number 9 or number 10 for win rates today. I see it's over on the popularity list. It is currently number 8, holding down 3.2% of the decks being played, possibly by me playing it as much as I have today. Anyway, so yeah, it's a great deck. Should be plenty competitive. I'm sure we're going to like it. All right, so let's get down to it. Let's take a look at the cards that are in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how it should work, and then we're going to go ahead and crush some hopes and dreams. Got the hiccups now. All right, as we can look at it right here, we pretty much got mono green Landfall. We've been playing that for a while, ever since Finals Fantasy came out, and it's a great deck. It's been doing really good. But what we got now is we got Worldsoul's Rage mixed into there. We got a little bit of the Edge of Eternities guy who should help out some bunch. So let's pick through this. We'll take a look at it, and we'll see how it works there. We got a guy it's a mana source, right? So mana boy. What do we call it? Manland? No. Mana elf? Mana elf. That sounds better. I think that's what we call it. I've never noticed the shadow guy in the back upper left-hand corner. Never seen that guy before. This guy's all badass. For being just a mana dude, why is he going to have 2 swords like that? I mean, you wouldn't. He looks too kick-ass to be a mana elf. That's the thing. He gets bigger for every landfall you drop. This guy keeps your guy protected. This guy starts pumping up popo counters every time a land falls. And if you got 5 mana, you could double the number of popo counters on each creature you control. Yeah, that's world ending right there. Bristly Bill is a target. People shoot this guy because he is nothing but trouble. Tifa Lockhart, she likes to leg kick. Looks like she likes to hair whip too, possibly. Whenever you double her power to the end of turn, and she's got trample. So if you could drop a lot of lands, then she could be pumped like crazy, which is cool. If you put some popo counters on her and she starts doubling, that's even better. Let's get to Worldsoul later. Mossborn gets a popo counter every time a land falls, and yeah, that's it. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And Chocobo allows you to look at the top card of your library at any time. You can play lands and bird spells off the top of your library. And if a land or a bird would cause a trigger to ability to happen, you trigger it at a different time, which would make Mossborn Hydra go twice for every land that happens, which is really incredibly good. Tifa Khalifa gets bigger every single time, twice every time. Chocobo gets twice every time then. Icetill Explorer, you may put an additional land on each of your turns. You may play lands from your graveyard, and then whenever you do a landfall, whenever a land you control enters, you mill a card. So, yeah, you're dropping lands like crazy with this dude out, which is going to pump everything up like crazy. Put lots of things in the graveyard. Oh, what does Worldsoul Rage do? I'll tell you, let's go look at these first. These are the dual drop ones, because you put them out once. They don't do you any good. But you can tap them, which means you go look for another land and you put that one into play. So it means each one of these is worth 2 land drops, which of course is boosting everything up like crazy. Plus, if you happen to have out the Chocobo, then each of those is going to cause your stuff to trigger twice, which means 4 land drops per each of these. Worldsoul Rage says you deal X damage to any target, and you put X lands from your hand or graveyard into the battlefield tapped. So if you play it for 6 mana, then you're going to put 4 lands from your graveyard and or hand into play. And with the double drops out there, you're going to have a bunch in there, which means you're going to be putting out, you know, like 4 of them, and then potentially you'll just play them all again. Do they come out tapped is what they do? Yeah, tapped. So you're not gonna be able to tap them to sacrifice them. But still, 4 land drops potentially with Chocobo out. It's the effect of 8 land drops. You know, Mossborn Hydra will be like 1,000 at that point, 1,028 or something. He'll just be going nuts on people. Plus, he'll have trample. It'll be glorious. Plus, even Tifa can do it too. She'll double up each time with 8 landfall. She'll be worth like a billion and have trample. It'll be really good things for everybody. All right, so that's it. That's how the deck works. It's just get your guys out, try to protect them a little bit, and then go crazy by the time you go to mid-game. And then win. Yep, that's what you're trying to do. All right, so before we go and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Volgaroth, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. Our playing against Mage Lord 4100. There's our red. There's our red. All right, Chocobo, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I like Chomper. That's the name I have for that thing. I'm going first. That's nice. Drop it straight. Let's put out Tia Khalifa. Come on in. Is these forests? Where's mirror matching at the moment? All right, don't want to lose Tia Khalifa at this point. Let's just do it. Yeah, okay. Because I'm going first, that does a lot for us. Nice. Go get red. Yeah, the red would have been shocking for you, dude. Victory! We're bronze again. Fantastic. All right, playing against So Wrecked. Turn off the propellers. That's the dumbest thing about this room. All right, we're doing nothing. Get Tia Khalifa out in a second. That'll be nice. He's just going to kill her. That would be unfortunate. Always got to plow through it. He's just going to keep coming at my guys. All right, I'm going to go get a red because, like, why not? All right, that's it. That's it for our guys. I gotta say, this is killing me, man. All right, there's a guy. He's slow. Let's go do what we do best. Pull some lands. Get them. In your face. I'm winning. You know, you're going to spend a lot of time. So that's 4 of my guys dead now. I got to discard something. I mean, against black, this is not going to do me very well. Alright, we're all done. Let's hope that he doesn't die. We can avoid the ones that do 3 points of damage. That's cool. Drop it. Drop it. Let's see. 1, that's 6. So drop 2 up there. It's 4. This is the part where he's going to kill the Hydra. He wants to get life. He thinks he can live through this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got enough there. There we go. And we win! And I don't think gaining 2 or 3 points was going to survive at negative 239 points of damage there. Victory! Alright, playing against Erevan. Alright, let's put out a nice little Chocobo. Now, I gotta put down the Chocobo before I put down the Forest. That's important. Going for the kill. Chocobo. Forest. Yeah, it doesn't really matter for her. I'll just throw her out. That's fine. We're gonna Evolving Wilds it. Pop up. Pop it. Great if Tia Khalifa there had haste. Did not happen. He's trying. Pop it. I'm gonna go get a little red. You never know you're gonna need it. Alright, we got Mossborn Hydra up to where Mossborn Hydra needs to be. I'm gonna Chocobo it next, what I'm gonna do. There are 27 lands here. Ah, it's disappointing. Disappointing. Alright, Chocobo. Chocobo. I'll pull the other red just to have it out. Alright, there's 16. Oh, disappointing. Boy, that is just we're getting smoked here. All these freaking control. What has he been pulling? Just kill, kill, kill constantly? Alright, we got the ability to keep dudes alive. You think you got some more control there, huh? Smoke it! Alright, he's down to 7. We got land coming up. Bristly Bill's going to be passing out the love. He's doing nothing but control. He's got absolutely nothing. Say it again. And we win! He flashed his cards like he had something to do. Victory! Alright, playing against RandyMarsh from South Park. This is actually a really good hand. 1, 2, 3. That's a nice curve. Let's go get red. Pop straight up to 3. We go Chocobo. We can do. Let's do these other two. Oh, yeah, no, it all works out. I'll do Tia Khalifa first, and we'll put out the Chocobo, and we'll just suck it. Can't believe what the kind of crap we play around here, huh? Pop! We'll go get a red. If I get this, I could put out the other Llanowar Elves. That's what I can do. Oh, it comes in tapped, though. Alright, never mind. That was a bad idea. Alright, we're just still jumping for joy. Leave the poor Hydra alone. What does this guy do? During your spell, you cost 4. Get into a fight, knock that guy out. That's disappointing. Well, fights are fights, right? But another guy. Everybody's a wuss. Ooh, 4-6, rough. Alright, that's fine. We'll pop. And we win! Yeah, the hammer came down. Victory! I played against Romero. Or is it Romero? I'm not quite sure. 1, 2, 2, keep. I love a good aggro deck, and this is looking very aggro-y. Do I get to go second? What's the deal here? He's still just dorking around? I get to go second. Alright, lay it down. Bristly Bill. In for 1. He's got the cards for killing. I'm hoping he can leave our poor Bristly Bill alone. That'd be swell. Alright, Tia Khalifa gets out. Let's just drop down a single town. And I'm going to keep the Snakeskin on tap. So if he tries to go after my guys, we can keep them survived. You got a guy. There's your landers, baby cakes. You can pay to go get some lands. Minutes and haste. There you go. 2 points. 2 points for Gryffindor. Come on, man. You got something else to do with that 2 mana? Didn't do it. You got 3 cards. Not much of a choice. Question, are you going to sacrifice your guy now? Is that the deal? You're playing sacrifice colors. You're going to huck him at Bristly Bill? Ah ha ha! In your face, Davy Jones. In your face. Alright, let's just peep up here. Pop it again. We got red in our hand. We don't need another red. Got a green. As green does. Get him nice and strong. Oh, down to 0! I can't believe the math was in our favor. Victory! Alright, playing against Saterando. Saterando. Green. Well, I'm going to have to probably put that out first. Put out the Evolving Wilds. Alright, naked dude, just stand there. Hubert, there's some Energon cubes for you. I've got a whole lot of not red going on, so I'm not going to go pull red. We're definitely not picking out lands, are we? This is a land-heavy deck. We got 27 in here. Alright, so next turn we could put out like a Chocobo, which gives us access to the top of our deck. If you want to try to go fast, I guess Mossborn Hydra is what we got to drop. Alright, cool. These guys are going to have to swing for it now. Oh, he's not going to do it. Alright, let's Chocobo, because we can. Chocobo, we'll pop this out. Swing again. I'm going to grab red this time. There's a nice Bristly Bill where Bristly Bill deserves to be. Alright, let's go with both. Come on, I touched you. Alright, that is, what, 32 points right there of trample damage? And we win! And we win! Victory! Alright, so we are with Gruul Landfall, and it was a fantastic deck. I mean, it had like a 60% win rate, I think it was, over there on Tap GG. Yeah, 60 straight up. So this is well into the top win rates for today. Yeah, this was definitely a competitive deck, big time. I did have to choke back on, was this the Icetill Explorer? The reason why is because I don't have any other rare wild cards. I have no rare wild cards to play around with. I went and grabbed a couple of packs to try to get more rare wild cards. Nothing. So I ended up adding like another, I think, another mountain to it. That's what I did. The funny part is you really only need one. You don't need two. So, yeah, it's not necessary. If you get a second one of these, that would probably be even better. But yeah, everything else is 4, 4, 4. It's full play set across the board. I didn't have anything else to invest it into except for lands at this particular point. So anyways, Icetill, he seemed cool. But let's get down to it then. Let's see. Number 1, who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player of this deck? Gosh, I'm going to say because Mossborn Hydra generally is. Yeah. Still, it's going to be Mossborn Hydra. That's going to be the most valuable person in this deck. And I was about to give it to potentially to Tifa Lockhart here. My problem with Tifa Lockhart is that she's great. She comes in for 2, and she doubles, right? Just like the Mossborn Hydra does, but she doesn't hold it. That's her big problem. Plus, she's legendary, and I don't want to have 4 of her in this deck. I've really dragged her down to maybe 3 or even 2, and put 2 other cards in here, because having legendaries sucks to a certain degree because you can only have 1 out at a time. So that's definitely a problem here. In fact, we could take at least 1 off of here and one of these lands, and put 2 more Icetill Explorers on there. Maybe that would be cool. I mean, there might be other cool cards to put in here. This is essentially just mono green Landfall, but Worldsoul's Rage is incredible with this deck, big time. With the fact that you get to put X lands from your hand or your graveyard onto the battlefield tapped, which then pumps Tifa and Mossborn up like crazy. So between the damage you're dealing and the extra lands you're dropping, Chocobo getting pumped and everything, Bristly Bill going off, yeah, these guys are fantastic. So, I'm going to give it to Mossborn Hydra. You're still the MVP of this particular deck, but everybody else is really good, really good. All right, let's see. Number 2 in these things we usually talk about is this deck competitive? Yes, it is a competitive deck. I did pick it up off of the high win rate decks for today. I know that Green Landfall is usually considered to be pretty decent. In fact, I see in popularity it's number 1. But I saw that it was Gruul Landfall, and I thought, yeah, let's play that. And it turned out, yeah, it was cool. I liked it. I liked it big time. I thought that it was a good addition. I thought it was well worth playing. It wasn't hard to mix in. So, and it was easy enough to get the 1 red mana you needed to make Worldsoul work with. So, yeah, I'm going to say Gruul Landfall was cool. It was definitely a competitive deck. Number 2, was this deck fun to play? Absolutely. What I liked best was when we had the curve going, where you can drop like the little Chocobo, get to Bristly Bill, and then maybe a Mossborn Hydra. That was my most ideal 1, 2, 3 drop kind of situation. The lands in here are hardcore. We have 27 lands we're playing with. We're dropping lands. Plus, with all of these dual drop lands at the same time, oh, that is just nasty stuff. Nasty. So altogether, yeah, that was fantastic. Maybe we get some dudes that could drop some lands also. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not sure if they're still around. We're just like not even a full week past rotation at this point. I'm not even sure what's around and what isn't around at this point. And I know if it was Phyrexian or like artifact set stuff, then yeah, it's probably not around anymore. But there's been a lot of stuff since then. We just got to figure it out. It'll be a while to become second nature, but it's still new. That's what's wonderful about Standard. So yes, this was a fun deck to play. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. That's where all of the stuff's at. Yeah, you're playing. It's practically an aggro deck. Lastly, was this deck interesting? And yes, it was. But why was it interesting? That's the question. The question why is because it had a little bit of Edge of Eternities cards in there with the Icetill Explorer. He was cool. And we got the Final Fantasy card, Tifa Lockhart. And the addition of, really, it's Worldsoul's Rage, mixed together with Mossborn Hydra and Tifa and Chocobo. Yeah, that's what made the deck super interesting. This is a pump. It's a super pump. But it's definitely your one-time thing at the end of the game. Hopefully it finished things up. Really good. It worked out super well. And plus the art on this is top shelf. All right, so let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yes. Was it interesting? Absolutely. All right, so that makes this into a A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.